like to call the regular scheduled board meeting of Monday, April 28th, 2025 to order. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ferguson,
Here.
Ms. Washington,
Present.
Dr. Ballard,
Here.
myself, and Mr. Sturgill.
Here. Today's Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, this evening we have students from Longfellow Middle School, so we'll ask Mr. Williams to come on up, assistant principal, and he's going to be introducing students who are part of the News Club. And then we have several students who are recent award winners for their artwork, and they, you can see some of the artwork up on the monitors, and they'll be coming up as well.
Good evening. I'm Paul Williams, assistant principal at Longfellow Middle School, and we're excited to have the opportunity to spotlight our students. I would like to introduce our students that are here to say the Pledge of Allegiance. We have Faith Wright, an 8th grader. Her parents are Clay Sean and Erica Wright, and she's a member of the News Club and also the Dance Club. We also have Sierra Rosario, 8th grade. Parents, Isaias Rosario and Tabitha Garcia, and she is a part of the News Club. We also have Milena Martinez, 6th grader. Parents, Jose Carlos and Omaria Martinez. She's a part of the News Club and Young Authors. We also have Maya Watley, 8th grader. Parents, Michael and Sarah Watley. She is a part of the News Club, choir, and early college. We also have Demarion Winborn, 7th grade. Parents Stephanie Lucane and Sherman Winborn. He is a part of robotics, art awards, and You Belong. And last but not least, we have Delaney Dyer, 8th grade. Parents are Elizabeth Jones and Michael Dyer. Her activities are art awards, student council, and honors choir. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. Selena Rosario. Okay. And her parents are Isaias Rosario and Tabitha Garcia. Okay, Jillian's here. Thanks for the assist. Jillian Williams, 7th grade. Parents are Heather Romano, and she is a part of Art Awards. And after they say the Pledge of Allegiance, you'll hear more about Art Awards and our news program.
Please stand for the pledge.
In art class, we learned about the history of voting rights in America and how we progressed since the beginning of our country. I used this information to inspire me to create a work of art that would inspire others to vote. The message I wanted to incorporate into my painting was to use your voice and vote no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you are non-white, cis, a minority, or just called weird. Use your vote to be heard. When I sketched out my initial painting, I placed the oversized white vote box in the foreground to put the emphasis on the act of voting. I also painted the word vote on the windows in the background to repeat this important message. And I painted a large flag voting in the wind to remind people that they are voting for their rights, their communities, and their country. I painted the crowd to show depth by creating the people in the foreground larger than the ones in the background. I tried to represent as many Americans as I could in the crowd, some black, some trans, some even coming straight from their jobs to vote. No person is the same as the others, yet they are all here for the same thing, to have their voices be heard by voting.
This piece was a gift to my mom. When I was designing it, I thought about all of her favorite things, such as her love for plants and her favorite color purple. When I was first given this assignment, I was unsure of how to go about it. Christmas was rolling around and I figured it could be a gift then, but I didn't have enough time to finish it before then. This project took about 5 months. During those 5 months, I struggled with the stress of missing work, winter break, my science project, and a college YSP application, plus my dog passing away. Art was like a relaxing escape from all of this. I'm able to laugh and talk with my friends while painting or building with clay. Miss Murdoch has always given me creative freedom and has let my imaginative side shine through, and I thank her for that. Through the art program, many kids have been able to show themselves, whether it's through pottery, painting, pastels, sketching, anything. Students are able to express themselves freely. In class, we were informed of the new call for artists from Cleveland Hopkins Airport. I have had artwork selected by 2 previous calls for artists, both in 2023 and in 2024, so I was excited to learn that the new call was The Land, preserving landscapes and inspiring futures. The theme of the artwork was to celebrate the natural beauty of the land, so I decided to paint Lake Erie and its shoreline with a fresh water breeze flowing past a family of hikers. When I was planning my artwork, I decided to create the effect of an immersive setting, like in some television shows. I achieved this by having the central figure standing out toward the audience. The character on the left is talking to the audience, and the person on the right is walking away from the audience, exploring the terrain. It was important to me to make an observer of my painting feel as if they were included in the setting. In a world nowadays where we have technology at the palm of our hands, we tend to forget that there is nature. We forget we have beautiful and natural surroundings all around us, and we take it for granted. So my message in this artwork is to appreciate the nature around us.
Hello. Our artwork is about Alice in Wonderland. We call it relaxing. We call it reclining with Alice. It was a artwork created by me and my friends Selena, Sierra, Miriam, and me. We made it to show different parts of Alice in Wonderland as the Queen, the Rabbit, and the Cheshire Cat. The back of it has a portal that represents like going into Alice, as we have cars and we have the Queen on back. We modernized it to where it looks like where we think of it and how we express ourselves in our artwork. As you see on our chair legs, we have different parts that we did, and on each side is different. So on one side we have a locket or a pocket watch, and the chain goes along the whole back of, not the whole back, but like half the back of it, going down it to the Queen. The Queen is an inspiration from me and my friend Miriam. I couldn't figure out what to do for the face, so I asked her for help. She helped me create the eyes and everything. And the hair, I couldn't figure out what texture I wanted for the hair. I was in an art block. She helped me through all that. Sierra helped me with the background and with the character proportions. She also helped me with the legs of the chair. The front of the chair at the bottom where you see the patterns, it's to represent the different clothes in Alice in Wonderland. The keys on the front was all Sierra's idea. The Cheshire Cat was was made by my friend Miriam. So was the clock. As you see, the flowers on the top is different colors representing how Wonderland could be colorful and not just all plain and black and white as most movies. And also we have the cards to represent the Queen of Hearts, as so does the person on the back. And the keys represent like going into different doors in Alice in Wonderland, and that's all we have for it.
How can education change today's social injustices? The way that my artwork shows this is by showing the teaching of the true unfiltered history of America. The hands are reaching for the truth as the bracelets chain them together and try to keep them from the truth. If we do not teach the real history, we cannot learn from it. Therefore, we are doomed to repeat it. Even though the chains try to keep the people from the truth, it burns bright. The truth rains down in light and fire, a truth so pure, almost ethereal. It comes to the hands so they may learn and be better than their forefathers. If the true unfiltered history is taught rather than keeping the chains of an education on, we can learn from our mistakes. Today's social injustices can be solved step by step into a brighter future. Although we need to fix our problems now, they should have never happened. If we learn now, we can prevent any more social injustices. Today, people are uninformed, that is why they make stereotypical assumptions. If everyone is well informed, we can avoid these stereotypes and get a better understanding of each other. Everyone should know the truth, no matter race, religion, or gender. In a time of war and banned books and uneducation, misinformation, and injustice, our future generations need to know the truth so they don't repeat it, and they can be better than those of the past. In conclusion, this painting isn't just about how education can change today's social injustices. It is a vision I have for the future.
Just real quick, if I could, Denise. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Not only is the artwork absolutely amazing, but the stories behind each drawing, each painting, the inspiration, what was going through your minds, how well written everything was, that was just fantastic. So thank you very much.
Oopsie.
I'm going to talk while he gets this set up. For the news club that we have, my lovely group behind me will tell you what they do and everything in the news club. It's a morning club that we have created, but they also are doing recording the announcements and stuff. We do a monthly news show, but they were given the challenge of when you were talking about for each school, of telling about each school. So Mr. Huffman says, hey, can you tell us what's about Longfellow? So these guys sat down and said, hey, let's have this person, this person, this person, who all represent Longfellow, and talk about it. What makes Longfellow great? And they literally found and thought of each of the different people that would be great representation for Longfellow. And I said, then we can use this for our fifth graders coming in, so they can see what's great about Longfellow. So these guys, I'm gonna let them tell you what they do for the news show, and then we're just gonna do a little bit of the clip. We don't have to do the whole thing, but they came up with everybody who was involved in this little video that we created. Okay, go ahead and tell us what you guys do.
For News Club, we create different videos that represent around Longfellow. Also, we create a morning news club that's telling of what's going to happen upcoming conferences, upcoming dances, or even upcoming celebrations that we do at Longfellow. And this video that will be shown shows most about Longfellow, and like how the school is great and what we like about it. We have selected these students because we know these students some of these students make Longfellow a great school, and also show us why Longfellow is a good school. I'm someone who talks into the camera and tell them what's coming up or what we're gonna do soon.
I'll run the teleprompter.
Also, as what Faye said, I also on air to inform the school on different activities like the block party. I also like doing this a lot because when going back to the classroom, a lot of people know me. They might ask me questions and things we didn't get to incorporate the video. So I love this is a fun way to share what's going on in our school.
I am the script writer, and I also
read over some of the slides that we display.
That is.
And having the experiences. You also come to the school, which is great anyway. So, yeah, that's it.
They took all these pictures. It was all done.
What makes the Longfellow family cool is we get to compete against other people, and we got regionals, which is where I'm from.
What makes Longfellow's young author cool? It's cool because we get to write stories and they get published and we have fun with it.
What makes Longfellow's Homes Crew so cool is that we get to create a new show informing our school on all local activities or clubs.
What makes Longfellow girls basketball so cool is the experience you get.
What makes Longfellow basketball cool is that they're pretty good. You get to go to places a lot. You get to leave school early. And I played basketball and it was pretty fun because we won a lot. Yeah, that's what makes Longfellow basketball cool.
Well, what makes Longfellow Choir cool is that you can sing a whole bunch of songs, variety of them, like Disney songs, Broadway songs, musical songs, Netflix TV shows, and many more.
What makes Longfellow Band cool is the trips, because at the end of the year he's taking us to Cedar Point to perform in front of a big group of people, which is very nerve-wracking, but it's very exciting.
Longfellow Robotics cool. What makes Longfellow Robotics cool is the fact that you can bond with the other schools and the other Lorain schools, and they help you and teamwork on building the robots. And when you build the robots, you could also go against other robots across the state at the tournament, and it's really fun.
What makes Longfellow art class so cool is that there's a variety of things you can do. There's Photoshop, there's ceramics, there's drawing, there's painting, there's pastels. You have the ability to do pretty much anything you want with barely any with barely any restrictions, and you have the opportunity throughout the year to win multiple awards and competitions, some of which can get you money.
If we can have the students and families come up front, we'd love to get a photo with you.
Pretty cool, yeah. Pretty cool.
So
Bright spot for sure.
Parents, come on up. Staff, come on up.
There we go.
Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome, thank you. All right, good. I like how you fly the share.
Okay, I see everybody's got the program. With apologies to Mrs. Timko, that was the fun part. So you feel free to continue your beautiful day elsewhere. And Vicki, it's all on you.
You ready? Yeah. All right, all set. So hi, I'm Vicki Timko. I'm the Director of Federal Programs and Grants. And yes, once a year, I do the presentations that we are required to do, so for compliance and for public information. So I'm doing two real quick today. The Student Wellness and Success Funds, which are, and also Disadvantaged Pupil Impact Fund, which are state funds. And then I'm going to do a quick overview of Title I, which are our federal grants as well. The two state funds, the Student Wellness and Success Funds and the Disadvantaged Pupil Impact Aid state funds, all came out of Governor DeWine's Future Forward strategic plan alignment and having to fund those initiatives. Specifically, these are for wraparound services and programs that help students and family needs. During fiscal year 24, districts across the state spent over $885 million in student wellness and success funds and disadvantaged pupil impact aid. Again, those are all districts across the state. On a lot of different initiatives, various initiatives to enhance student well-being in Ohio. So there are some more facts there on the slide, but there were 6,239 new full-time equivalent staff positions reported, and more than 17,000 existing full-time equivalent staff positions. And that is that post-ESSER sustainability. We brought on a lot of staff for well-roundedness and wraparound services, and we wanted to sustain those efforts, not just us here in Lorain, but across the state, as you can see. So like all other funding, it requires planning, goals, and measurable outcomes. So we do that. We use all sorts of data, but we really use the needs assessment, which is a department tool that's embedded in our CCIP, our one plan, and we do that every 3 years. There is a table here, and that does show you for fiscal year 24, the initiative categories with the top expenditures. Again, this is statewide. This is not just Lorain City Schools, but how these funds were used across the state. And you can see that mental health services was at the top. It is a need, as well as reading improvement and intervention. For fiscal years 24 and 25, districts and schools were required to use the funding to support initiatives outlined in the guidelines. And it did state that 50% had to be for mental health services or physical health care services, or a combination of both. Disadvantaged pupil impact aid, the top expenditures there included reading improvement and interventions, mental health services, again, including telehealth and school safety, were on the top of those lists across the state. And like with all funding, whether it's federal or state, there's reporting responsibilities. So Casey and I in my office work closely with Julie and Jennifer on the accounting treasurer's office side to do what we have to do every year to report to the department exactly how we spent it, what the plan was, and we have to submit all of our budgets and reports. So that we fulfilled here in Lorain City Schools the allowable community partner piece, and you'll see the description there of what we had to do and who we have to partner with. We partnered with QuickMed. QuickMed is a community-oriented, locally owned and operated urgent care here in Northeast Ohio, and as you are all well aware, our clinic is housed and located in Washington Elementary. And we value those services, and they have done lots to help with our students, our staff, and their families. So again, that has been our partnership with QuickMed and the U-Care of Lorain City Schools. So there's the clinic hours, the phone number, and again, it's located at Washington. So that is our information there. SWSF and DPIA funds right here in Lorain City Schools for fiscal year 24. Here we spent them for our social worker salaries and benefits, nursing, safety and security, contracted wraparound services, academic intervention, instructional technology, and our media clerks. So you can see our spending here in Lorain City Schools really followed the trend as you saw across the whole state. We were prioritizing a lot of the same needs as a lot of the other districts. So there is a lot of information on the ODEW's website. If you put in Student Wellness and Success Funds and Disadvantaged People Impact Aid, there's a whole website and the whole review with a lot more detail in it that will show you everything that was done in fiscal year 2024. Right, and then I have the Title I. Thank you, Drew. Before spring break, I dropped the laptop, so I'm nervous to even touch his. just been there, done that. So, okay. I'm touching it like this. Okay, federal programs and grants. So this is a requirement also with federal funds that I inform you a little bit about what we do with our Title I funding here. So the purpose of federal programs and grants is the money from the U.S. Department of Education filters through the state to us, and it is to provide a variety of programming aimed at helping students. There's some bullet points of all the things that are allowable, and specifically what we do with Title I funding here in Lorain City Schools. Again, salaries and benefits are a big part of that. Strategic plan and funding alignment, there are requirements. We must align with our district strategic plan, and all spending is aligned to support our following goal, which is there, and you know that from our strategic plan. And that was the beginning of our 3-year plan, and our 3-year plan does end at spring of 2027, in which we start the process all over again. We'll do a deep dive into data and a needs assessment and continue that improvement process that we do with our DLT on a regular basis. This one is a district-wide and building-by-building dive as well. So types of federal funds, Title I, probably the most well-known, provides interventions to support our struggling students and for our family engagement activities. So we use it for our Title I reading teachers at the elementary schools, and then our middle and high school had Title I reading and math. Our summer programming, our educational software and supplies, and there are family engagement nights. All of our buildings have 3 of those, fall, winter, and spring event at their own buildings, in addition to the district-wide events that we do. District-wide Title I policy believes that our family involvement is critical to the success of our Title I and all of our educational programs. So we take very seriously the responsibility of building a partnership between the home and the school district. So our Title I program should be informing families and what's going on with students. It also provides training for teachers and family and other staff to work together to support participating students. And for us, it's all students. We are school-wide title here in Lorain City Schools. Other districts do a different programming, which is called targeted programming, but we are school-wide. So all of our students and all of our families and all of our staff are a part of Title I funding. For Title II is the fund that provides supplemental activities to strengthen the quality and effectiveness of teachers, principals, and other school leaders. So this is how we are able to provide a lot of educational technology, our evidence-based instruction across a system of multi-tiered supports, professional development, instructional strategies designed for our English learners, and academic coaching. Title III is to fund and support our language instruction for our English learners. Specifically here in Lorain City Schools, we use those funds to staff our bilingual paraprofessionals who are a vital resource to us. IDEA-B and IDEA Early Child Special Education funds are to support students with disabilities, pre-K through 12, our special education population. So that's our intervention specialists, our paraprofessionals, instructional materials, as well as more professional development specific to those with special education needs. Title IV is to improve students' academic achievement by increasing capacity around, we sort of call this the extras in federal funds. So it's mentoring, social emotional learning, instructional materials, school counselors, wellness coaches, a little more into the wraparound and well-being of the whole child. So we are always looking for your ideas. If you scan the QR code, that is for a survey. We also provide this survey at all of our family engagement events. I know a lot of our building principals post it on their website. So anytime you want to give us feedback about our federal funding and grants, we welcome that. So this is one venue in which to do that. We do have to do a parent promise. It's called the School Parent Compact. And if you go to the website and put into our website, Federal Programs and Grants, there's links for all of these parent promises and school parent compacts. And each of the buildings at their open houses in the fall roll this out as well at the school level. So if you want more information, again, reach out to myself, Casey Smith in the grants office, and we'll be able to provide you with links so that you can give us that information or just email us what you'd like to see in these parent promises and school compacts. So again, we value your input and invite you to complete a federal programs feedback form. Vicki Timko, that's me. Federal programs grants coordinator is Casey Smith. She is my right hand. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you. First hearing of the public. Anyone who would like to address us, please enter and sign in. Somebody's got a laptop up there I'm scared for. Okay. At this point, I'd entertain a motion to suspend the order.
So moved.
Mrs. Washington. Support by Mr. Sturgill. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill? Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
And now I would entertain a motion to go into executive session for reason A2, which is employment.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Support?
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Myself, yes. And Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
And Mr. President, if I could, I'd like to walk on an item.
Hold on.
Wait, we need to approve.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve or amend the minutes of the April 14th regularly scheduled meeting and the April 17th special meeting.
So moved?
Support.
Roll call.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Myself, yes. And Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Whatever you want.
Okay, any old business? Reports and recommendations of the treasurer.
8.01 is all she has up for approval.
So moved.
Support?
Roll call?
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Myself, yes. And Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And since our printer doesn't work, I'm going to read an item that I would like to walk on, is item 9.07 in personnel matters. Lorain City School District Board of Education Resolution ESP Employment Severance Plan Addendum. Whereas the Lorain City School Board of Education adopted the Employee Severance Plan, ESP, on November 25th, 2024. Be it resolved that the board will allow the ESP window period of enrollment to be reopened until May 19th of 2025 due to the state teachers retirement system, STRS, recent change in eligibility criteria for certain employees. The Board of Education authorizes the superintendent and his designees to act on behalf of the Board of Education and respect to this plan, and to take any and all actions necessary or desirable to implement, maintain, and administer the plan. Again, that's item 9.07.
I'd entertain a motion to walk that on.
So moved.
Support?
Roll call or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
You gotta go to 9:02.
Yep. I'd like the board to consider for approval items 9.01 and 9.02,
Discussion?
personnel matters.
So moved. Support.
Roll call.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
No.
And myself, yes.
I'd like the board to consider for approval item 9.03, personnel matters.
Discussion?
So moved.
Got a motion?
Yes.
Need a
Motion.
support?
A sec-
Support.
Okay. Roll call.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
I have to abstain. I have a close relative on there.
Mrs. Washington?
No.
And Mrs. Nazario, yes.
I'd like the board to consider for approval items 9.04 to item 9.07, personnel matters.
Discussion? Roll, motion?
So moved. Support.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
And Mrs. Nazario, yes.
Can
What?
I go back to discussion, because I do that all the time, even though I voted yes? I just want to say thank you to everybody for working on the policy, even though I messed that up last meeting. Thanks to Elena. And I just want to say thank you to all of the educators, regardless if they're paras or principals or teachers, for making up the support orgs, regardless of what we might call them, if they're PTO, if they're Titan FAMs, or just groups, who give their time and energy and money and everything that they do give. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have a lot of the PTOs and groups that make the education experience just much more than the classroom experience. Yeah, just a thank you to everybody that worked on that policy and who put up with me. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right, the board to consider for approval items 10.01 to 10.11, operations matters.
Discussion?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
No.
And myself, yes.
And that's all I have.
Any new business? Committee reports and requests from board members. I promised you last board meeting an update. I was in attendance at a retail summit conference in Birmingham, Alabama, with 4 members of city and other forms of government, and it was a 3-day event which they discussed bringing retail, increased retail traffic to the city of Lorain. I am sure that as the board representative, we were included because we have 2 things that are very desirable, and that would be tax abatement and the Southview property. So I have no more to report other than that. It was very informative. There was a lot of data. It was a very well-presented conference. I learned a lot, maybe more than I need to know about how many cars a day go up and down Route 57. But that was that. Second hearing of the public.
I have something I wanted to add, please.
Yeah.
I would like the board to please read and consider looking at the resolution that I emailed everyone regarding House Bill 156 and the Fair School funding. I won't ask to pass that today, but I do ask for you to please look at that and consider. So hopefully we can support that. And I did want to shout out all of our artists who participated in the art show last Thursday. I don't know if you want to speak to that, Mr. Ross. I did miss the show on Friday and Saturday, but I heard it was pretty amazing too, so.
Yeah, thanks, Mrs. Washington. The art show is brilliant. We just have so many talented artists, and we knew this year was a preschool display. So we're real excited to include preschool, and now that we have students all the way up through advanced levels of all of our offerings at the high school, just to see what they're producing now. We've got brilliant teachers. It's really, I think, inspiring. And the senior shout-outs, I think, were great in the program. So we have a number of seniors now that are going to be pursuing visual art in college and beyond.
And the show was great. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It really was good.
Really special, isn't it? Yeah, we've got some really exciting things on the horizon
Yeah.
here, too.
My girls
to
were
keep
still talking
accelerating.
about it yesterday, of like things that were funny during the show and whatnot. It was
Yeah.
great.
I just really, I was, the presentation at the beginning of the meeting, I was struck by how the students were able to tie academic curricular issues into art. And a shout out to both the art instructor, who does pretty amazing things anyhow, and the teachers who worked with her to allow that to happen. I was really, really struck with how well that meshed.
Yes, and I'd like to add one last thing. So they had, at the high school, they had their literacy night. At the same time, we were having the art show, so I got to go over there and visit both, and they were line dancing, and they had free books, and they had dinner, and just smiles all around over there as well. So just some amazing things going on in our buildings, and that doesn't always get shared. So I want to give a shout out to Ms. Jones and Ms. Jackson, I believe.
Erica Jackson, yes.
Yes, okay, I thought so. Ms. Jackson for getting that literacy night going over there. It was really awesome. So that's it, thank you.
The other thing I want to commend is I had the opportunity last Saturday to interview some prospective young scholars from our 3 middle schools. And I was so impressed with the capability and the maturity of the students who were present and applying for the program that I am so grateful to Ohio State for providing the opportunity and having the foresight to rearrange that so as not to get in Dutch with the DEI police. The next board meeting will be Monday, May 12th, 2025 at 5 p.m. right here in beautiful Lorain High School. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill? Mr. Ferguson?
Yes.
Mrs. Washington?
Yes.
And myself, yes.